Welcome everybody to another Benzwerks tutorial. Today we will be working on checking out a draw on our battery. This you could use on just about any Mercedes. Is a good way to find out to see if there is a draw on your battery. Reason for this video is one of our subscribers asked us about his C-Class and seeing if his seat control was causing a draw on his battery. This person lives in the UK, so there's no way for me to go out there and fix it for him. So we decided to make this video to show him to see and check if there is a draw in his battery, and a good way to find out. So let me just run through the tools: pocket screwdriver, some 3/8 ratchet, needle nose pliers, a 10mm socket. I will be using a 3/8 socket, some type of extension, and the most important right there is it's a multimeter with lead cables and clamps. Those they call them alligator clamps. With the multimeter, you don't have to get an expensive one. You could probably pick one up at Home Depot or something. The thing that you want to look for is measuring amps, because that's what we will be measuring, is amperage. So that's about it. You have to make sure that it does read amps. Like I said, you could probably pick one up at a hardware store for like 10, I'll say anywhere from 30 to 50 bucks. The one I have is one of the more better ones, but unless you're going to be doing this regularly, you don't really need to buy an expensive one. Like I said, a good $50 to $40 one should do the job. So we're about to get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is locate the battery. The test vehicle we have for today is indeed a C-Class. It's a C320. It just happened to be a car we have in the shop right now. And as you can see on the US model, we've located the battery on the left side. There's a label on there that says battery. What I'm going to do first is remove the fresh air filter. It has 3 clamps. I will be showing on a later tutorial how to change this filter, your fresh air filter. But just have a good look at what it looks like. Okay, little caution here. Always when working with a battery, pretty much wear safety goggles. I've done this before, so I don't really wear them. But disconnect, always disconnect your negative first. You can see it. It's usually a black wire and always has a negative symbol on it. Always disconnect that first. Never your positive or power wire, because you might short out whatever it is you're using to remove it. So as I did, I removed the cable and I lay it to the side, making sure that it's not contacting the battery terminal. And what I do is I grab my meter, and I'm gonna hook up my leads. The COM is always the black wire, and I'm gonna put it on amps. And then what I'm pretty much doing is reading whatever is going through the battery. So it's gonna be hooked up in a series. So everything is going through the meter right now. Caution, when it's hooked up like this, do not crank over or start the car, because it will blow the fuse, or possibly just, if yours is not fused, it will just catch on fire, and that will be bad. So what I do is I put it on my amp reading, and pretty much right there, that's what a good amp reading is. You're not going to get zero across because you do have an alarm system hooked up on this. So anything anywhere from 0.09 to 0.03, the lowest, is good. Anything just about above that, you do have a draw. Another thing I do show you here is A trick that we do use is, what you do is, if you do have a draw, you can go to each fuse box, as I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you the 3 locations for each of these fuse box just on the C-Class. And what I do is, we usually, with the meter hooked up already, if I do have a draw, I will go to each fuse and pull them out one by one, seeing if the draw possibly goes away. Just give me an example here. And that's a neat trick you could do. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it could be a little more involved. You might have a control unit that doesn't necessarily get power from the fuse box. So that, what you can also do is, like, one of our subscribers suggested that his C controls and that he unplugged them. So what you can do is pretty much just unplug the C control module and see if your draw from the battery goes away. If so, then you know that that's where the draw is coming from. Here's another fuse box. Like, again, this is a USA model, so we're left-hand drive. So if you're in the UK or in other parts of the country and you're right-hand drive, then it's most likely going to be on your right-hand side. Something good to know here as well on the C-Classes, if you remove that panel, you're going to see that there's this little chart here. Describes all the fuses, the description of them, how many fuses are on there, locations, location on the car, and here's a quick part number. Again, this might be different for different parts of the country, but this is for the USA. And I'm going to show you the last location for the C-Class where the fuses are. It's going to be on the left side in the trunk. You're going to see this panel right here. And I'm just going to remove it with my pocket screwdriver. And again, once you remove that cover, you're going to see some more fuses there. And if you look, that little white like tool looking device, that's actually to grab fuses. I prefer to use needle nose pliers instead because it's just easier, but I'll show you quickly what it looks like. Again, fuses, you can pull one by one at a time, because it's easier that way you don't forget where it is. Or even so, you could take a photograph picture before you even start, so you could refer back to that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Quick little tutorial on checking draw on your battery, and that's it, guys. Thanks a lot.